daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in pop culture. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm freezing.
I know.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Today we're going to talk about why it's about time Missy Elliot got the Video Vanguard Award, Sarah Hyland's body positivity PSA, and where Britney Spears drops the most. Plus, journalist Danielle Robay joins the table, but first,
guys, we have some food on the table from Legacy Seafood Brasserie. Located at Moxie Times Square, the must-dine destination combines a top-tier seafood menu with a fun, casual atmosphere for an entertaining dining experience. Legacy is open weekdays for lunch and nightly for dinner. Visit legacyny.com for more information. I just love that they gave us a box of chicken.
It's delicious.
It's like amazing.
a box of chicken.
Chicken of the sea, right? You've heard of that?
Legacy, you got it spelled S-E-A. Brilliant.
Yeah. They have a $1 oyster happy hour. That's incredible.
Oh, that's amazing. And they have this like lobster bake thing. That is
They do have a lobster bake.
Which I love the idea of that. I don't know in practice how clean it is, but.
Oh, who cares? The food's so good.
Yeah, I can't wait to get food in our teeth and then keep on talking, baby.
Yeah.
And now it's time for a Kardashian cocktail. Caitlyn Jenner took to Instagram recently to share a heartfelt post for Kylie's 22nd birthday, but posted a throwback of Kendall instead. After a flood of comments from their fans, Caitlyn deleted the photo and posted an image with both Kylie and Kendall.
That way, he couldn't confuse them.
Yeah, she
I love that. He's
yeah.
like, let's just post both because I cannot actually tell them apart.
I mean, I think she pulled a thing that like a lot of parents do. I mean, a lot like, confusing kids or whatever. I'm not surprised. Apparently, Kylie also was not offended because Caitlyn has done this before in the past.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how many times I've been called my brother's name. I mean, it's just if you're the younger sibling with the same gender, you just will constantly
Even
be called.
if it's not the same gender.
Right.
My mom, she'll be like, Quinn, Eric, Lionel, Brittany. Like, she just, it's a parent thing.
Yeah, my name is literally Shannon, and my sister's name is Shannon Kelly. It's like she's like talking, and she's like, oh, you know, Shannon did this the other day, and I'm like, I'm right here. You're talking shit about your other daughter with a different name.
Yeah, I understand it's easy to mix kids up, but it still is funny because it's her kids.
Yeah. Well,
Is that why it's funny?
and to be fair, Kylie has a different face than she did back in the day, right?
Let's
just be
it's
real.
a severely different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
No
now
judgment. Look, she
It's
looks
just
great.
the lip kit. That's it. That's the only difference. Is
Lip
that
kit.
she's just been.
Hey, but that lip kit, she's on a boat right now in Europe. It's like $1 million a week it costs or whatever. So good for her.
Oh, yeah,
She's living
she's
large.
very, very rich.
Yeah.
She just has a
Happy
different
birthday.
face. Huh?
What a good 22nd birthday. The yacht she rented for her friends has like a pool on board, a spa, 11 cabins. For my 22nd birthday, I don't even remember. I think I blacked out at like a townie bar.
Yeah, I can't
Classy.
even remember my 22nd birthday.
What did you do?
I had a dinner with 5 friends, and that was it. I thought that was
That's
big.
really nice.
Yeah. it was
I think
nice.
I also had a dinner with maybe like 10 friends.
Well, because 21 was
more
Oh,
so...
you needed to double his
It was
friends.
more friends.
Yeah. Oh, thanks a lot, Brittany. You always one-up me. Well, 21's the big one. 21 I don't remember because, I mean, what I consumed. But so 22 is like low-key, classy.
No, 21 is horrible. Like in the Midwest, there's like this emphasis on drinking a lot,
Right.
like even more than other places. And
Yeah.
it gets very dangerous.
You drink until you forget that you're in the Midwest.
Exactly.
Basically. It's the only way to survive it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. What do you think Kris Jenner thinks about this?
I think Kris Jenner hates Caitlyn.
No, they're friends now, right?
Aren't they friends now?
Oh,
Or
they
not?
are? I'm pretty sure she hates her.
Well, I think Kris Jenner now. I think when initially she had troubling. It's hard to be the spouse of someone who you be divorced from and goes through transformation like that. But I think Kris sees the monetary value in Caitlyn. So I would assume she loves Caitlyn.
Do you think she's getting 10% from Caitlyn too?
I don't know.
I don't
Maybe.
think so.
Caitlyn is a Caitlyn's an interesting figure. I think we've seen her transformation go from avid Trump supporter to now someone who's recognized that Trump was never for trans people, which was the craziest thing in 2016 when she was talking about how he was better for LGBTQ people than Hillary was. It literally
That is so stupid.
It was mind-boggling when she would say that, and when she was against same-sex marriage because she's
against same-sex
when
marriage.
she said that on Ella because I'm a traditionalist, and Ella was just like, "Bitch, what? Like, are you kidding me?
Are you serious?"
So I'm happy Caitlyn has progressed, and I think it's a lot due to her friends in the community that have helped her move forward. See the light.
Yeah.
Right?
But she still cannot tell her children.
But still, hey, we're not perfect.
I mean, she's working on it.
She's working.
You know, now is her time. Like, she really dedicated herself to some of her kids. And, you know, now she wants to dedicate herself to herself, and I respect that. You know, at a certain age, parents are allowed to check out.
I agree.
They're billionaires. They're
Yes.
fine. Those children are fine. They don't need parental love.
They have love. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They don't.
You're right.
Well, after many years of fans and celebrities campaigning, MTV has decided to honor Missy Elliot with the 2019 Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. Elliot will become the first female rapper to receive this honor at this year's VMAs on August 26th.
It's your feministic.
It's so long
It's
overdue.
her
Missy Elliott is, I think, one of the most groundbreaking artists, especially in music videos, of the past
She's
25 years. So it's like it's so surprising that this is happening right now. And even last year when J-Lo received such criticism, J-Lo was even like, "Yeah, Missy deserves this."
Because it's for video.
Right.
And Missy Elliott, it's undeniable. Every video she does is highly choreographed. It's got cool style. Her raps are always tight.
Special effects.
Yeah, the fact that J-Lo got this before Missy Elliott, a lot of people were upset with, because J-Lo videos are fine, but...
And this is
But remember, you don't just need to have good videos to win the Michael Jackson MTV Vanguard Award. You also need to have amazing relationships with little boys.
Well, that is an interesting topic conversation because MTV did it when they initially announced it, did call it by its full title. It was not originally named after him. Like when Madonna won it in the 80s, it was just the Video Vanguard Award. And then in the 90s, it became the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award because to honor him for his contributions to the art of music video. But it is interesting, they're still calling it this after all the recent events. Like, I think it's about time you either just drop the Michael Jackson part or find someone else to name it after.
It's so unfortunate, really, because after watching Leaving Neverland, it's so hard to separate the artist from the art, but like his impact on music is also undeniable. And it's like this tricky crossroads that we constantly come up against.
Like, you know what I mean? Like he died before, he never got charged with anything really. Like, you know, so it's still like he was innocent in the court of law. And I think that's what a lot of people are holding on to. And why we're still seeing this. Is because I think that one piece is allowing a lot of people to sort of ignore all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and especially in the art music videos, and Michael Jackson transformed music videos with Thriller. I mean, I'd only say Madonna is equal in a different way of like what they did with music videos. So it's hard to.
Well, God, I think Michael Jackson is just so far. But I mean,
he
remember the time.
Thriller, incredible, yeah.
Billie Jean.
Yeah, great videos.
He really did transform music videos, and that's undeniable.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it was.
The girl is mine.
I know when you sing those songs, you're like, oh, we're not buying this. But yeah, I think it would just be best to either name it after Madonna or not name it after anyone.
Madonna.
That's not even an option. Name it after Missy Elliott.
Name it after Madonna.
She's the most nominated VMA artist.
You really have your blinders on that.
No, I don't. Wait a second.
You think they should just
one of
name
the
it
most.
after
She's
Madonna?
the most groundbreaking, besides Michael Jackson, music video artist ever. She is.
Lucas,
I think they should name it after
Noah.
Hanson. You know, let's name it the Hanson Vanguard Award. Forgotten Heroes, truly.
Truly.
Can you imagine?
Remember that song "Penny and Me"?
You
Great
funny to
video.
me tonight. Yeah, it's such a good song.
Since this show is, I don't even know who Hanson is.
I know.
Yes, you do.
But I wouldn't expect a Michael Jackson impersonator to know us.
I am a Michael Jackson impersonator. I look just like him. I see him in the mirror and it upsets me.
I honestly think you only brought him up so that you could do your impression. And you're wearing your red lipstick today, so it's perfect. Like, please, zoom in on Allie and do her Michael Jackson impression.
That is his
That's the mugshot.
Yeah.
That is the mugshot.
I took my baby on a Saturday night.
Oh my God. And but back to Missy, I am really happy for her because she is so talented. And you know, I read this article on her. She's kind of taking a break. She got her doctorate, and she is kind of.
What did she get her doctorate? No, sir.
Yeah, I think it's in. I think it's in what? It's in. It's a
I didn't
music
look it up,
something
yeah.
music related.
okay.
But you know, when she did the Super Bowl, I remember people being like, "Who's this rapper with Katy Perry?" Because these young kids didn't know, which was insane,
Which is mind-boggling.
which is crazy.
But she
to
was
me.
the best part of that Super Bowl halftime.
She just, you know, we've seen Nicki, we've seen Cardi. I think Missy was doing that. I mean, way before them, and still is so talented. I'm really excited to see her return. I don't call it a comeback. I think she's been on top of her game forever.
Slowly returning. And the thing about Missy is she's so smart with who she collaborates with. She's always worked with the best performers and the best producers. Even so, like a couple months ago, she released that song with Lizzo that like went a little under the radar, but if you listen to it, it's so fun. It's so good. Like she always knows, like she's so ahead of the trends all the time.
She's also written for like Beyonce, Janet Jackson, some incredible legends that people don't often recognize her as a songwriter. Which, so I'm really happy about this.
But like no one, it's like she's amazing, but like the kids don't care.
The kids
people who know music know. You know what I mean? Like respect.
This will be the one.
Smelling your hand.
Yeah, sorry, I thought the close-up was on you, and I was like, this is my chance. I'm gonna smell my hands. Because you know when you eat like a tiny little seafood sandwich, and then you're like. Sorry, I'm like freezing and my hands smell like seafood now, so I'm like, join the conversation, Shannon, join the conversation. Can I do it? Can I do it? And I'm like, I can't. It's too cold. I don't know how many times you have to say, don't make it this cold.
It's so cold. Moving on, guys, Modern Family star Sarah Hyland has sent a body-positive message to her Instagram followers. After her first nationally televised song performance at the Teen Choice Awards, Hyland took to Instagram to share her self-confidence in displaying her kidney upper pussy area to the world like the badass bitch that she is.
A Koopa.
She calls it a Koopa.
A Fupa, I thought.
A Koopa.
But yeah, normally it'd be a fupa, but because of her kidney surgery, it's kidney-induced fupa.
Right.
So she's making a Koopa.
And she said that previous to this, she's had about 16 surgeries. She's had 2 kidney replacements. She's been on a really long health journey. And with any other appearances, she would wear like multiple pairs of Spanx to make that suck in, which we all know how uncomfortable that is. And I think she's just like getting to a point in her recovery where she just wants to own her body and feel good about herself. And so this was like a really big move for her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so cynical about everything, and it's really amazing the impact it has, and probably would have had on me as a young girl if I like saw people just embrace their natural bodies.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's just so tiring, the pressure. I know this is just such a stale thing to talk about, but like, God, people should just look how they fucking look. Like, it's normal.
I also think when it's health-induced, it adds a whole nother layer to it, you know? It's like, she's survived something that a lot of people don't. Multiple times she's faced death. It's like, should she really be caring about that? You know, and I think she's at that point where she was like, I'm healthy. People have sacrificed for me to be here. I'm not gonna care about wearing Spanx. And I think that's like a really bold statement.
Totally, and I often feel like people who are insecure about their bodies will like wear lots of layers and try and like cover their bodies, and that makes them feel more secure. But usually when you embrace your shape, your natural shape, you always look better showing off your curves, and that's often what you see in like the Queer Eye transformations. That people will like dwarf their frame in like a big oversized jacket, and it's like when you just show off your angles and stuff, you actually look better.
Yeah, I agree. I feel bad that it took her having to have the kidney transplants and just be grateful for her health in order to her be able to embrace her image. I feel like someone just with a fucking fupa for no fucking reason should be able to do that and be a pop star still. Like, I really liked when Lady Gaga went through her I ate too much pasta phase and she got like heavier. I thought that was so cool, and she was kind of like a little flabby and a little loose and still wearing her same outfit.
Still wearing there was the art pop phase where she was still wearing those.
Well, she got rail thin, Lady Gaga, right?
Yeah, but she got curvy.
Yeah, but she got so if you look up the photos of her, she was like a lot curvier, and I honestly like I thought that was super inspiring. I loved how she looked. I thought she looked like sexier than ever because she was just owning it.
You remember when Rihanna got thick?
Oh, she's
oh my God! At the Be Amazing, she was singing the Maria song and she was like dancing and stuff, and I was like, "You look so good."
Right.
And she was just like, "I'm living my best life."
Like,
and Beyonce,
Beyonce
too, as you know, people commenting on her quote thickness at the Lion King premiere. But I think it's powerful. I mean, I think what we're seeing women across the board in pop culture to politics is like this obsessive need we've had forever to judge women on their bodies, what they wear, what they look like, literally from our most powerful politicians to our pop stars and actresses. And now women are just like, I'm gonna wear what I want. I'm gonna eat what I want. I'm gonna look the way I want. And I think it's really powerful for young women in particular to see that right now.
And I do think, again, specifically when it's health related, so many people are struggling with health concerns. And when you see somebody like Sarah or even Selma Blair, she shaved her hair and she's sharing her.
Oh my God.
She's sharing her photos so publicly and proudly. It's like so many people have health struggles and they just recede into their homes and they don't still engage with the world. And it's like you can still be going through a health battle and still be a part of a community, and like you need that community at that time.
Yeah.
You know, so I just think it's extra. If you've ever dealt with any sort of health setback, it can be very isolating. And I think it's just really empowering to see these women stepping forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of Sarah Hyland, I know we mentioned in a past Morning Pop that she was recently got engaged to Wells from The Bachelor. She actually was dating, I'm forgetting his name, like this blonde hot guy from Shadowhunters. He's European.
Oh, I don't know.
Not him,
Is
that's
he
Wells.
the guy we had on the show?
No, he wasn't on the
that's
show.
Luke.
She was dating him for like 8 years. And then she meets him, Wells, and they're like together for like a year and engaged.
Wow.
Isn't that always funny how that happens?
Yes.
It's like you just like learn how to like not be shitty on someone for like a decade, and then you find someone and you're like, oh, I'm ready to like not be an ass.
I know exactly. Like you do the trial run for a long time with this one person who suffers. Like, oh no, this is the one I actually love.
Yeah, God, it's like everyone needs that like starter pack.
I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been the starter pack for a few guys.
Oh.
Or like they were shitty and then afterwards they like get engaged to the first girl they date after me and I'm like, cool.
The cool one. And like,
know.
he's amazing. He cleans up after himself. He's organized.
Oh my
he's
God.
helpful. And like, I
You're like,
taught him
what?
that. I taught him
broke
that.
him in for you.
Yeah, that's such a threat also in like fights with your significant,
Right.
well, maybe just mine, where it's like, oh, your next person's gonna love that you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just you.
I'm pretty sure last night Allie said to me, well, maybe the next person you date will be the TV.
Oh, that would be a good. I'm currently dating my TV. And Allie, it's not that bad,
I'm in
honestly.
a long-term relationship with
Yeah.
my girl.
You always
It's been
turn it on.
great.
And it provides a lot of entertainment.
It's true.
That was clever, Lucas.
Oh my God, you got
Clip it and save it. Vision
For my
board.
reel.
Clip it and save.
Vision board.
Well, Britney Spears' assets may be worth over $59 million, but the singer still loves a bargain. According to financial documents, Britney made over 80 trips to retail giant Target last year. Hi, y'all. Miss Britney Spears loves a bargain, loves Target.
You know, Britney Spears. Where do we start?
God bless.
Where do we start? She is just like America's little Barbie doll that we just beat the hell up.
Yes.
And we're like, you don't look so good. And it's like, well, you fucking ran it over with your minivan.
That is the perfect metaphor.
That is perfect.
We dressed her, undressed her, redressed her, tore her hair
We
out.
cut her hair off.
Gave-
Gave her an
Throwback.
alcohol addiction, and it's like, why don't you look as good anymore? Poor Britney.
We matched her up with Kevin Federline. Like,
I
come on.
really don't like.
Oh, we didn't match her up with Kevin Federline.
No, I just-
I mean, we watched the reality
watched
TV
it,
show,
yeah, we
but
watched
that
it.
wasn't on us. I was off on the sidelines being like, stop!
Yeah.
No, he's like a human cigarette. Don't do it. Like, do you like ever look at photos of him and think, why did anyone touch
Why?
him?
Why?
Like, he looks like an actual
said.
cigarette grew arms and was like, hey, what's up?
Well,
you want cancer?
He did have a tight body in the beginning.
He was a dancer.
Well,
In the
yeah.
beginning,
You're pretty loose with the.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I see but then he very quickly
You a hoe.
became.
No, you need to calm
I'm
down.
just making the case, like, I saw the initial because he was
Right.
a hot dancer, and then he immediately became like a soggy cigarette, and that's no good. but in the beginning, he had the hot body and he could move, and it's like J-Lo always dated her dancers. Britney was trying to do
Right,
the same thing.
and now he's the primary parent to their two children.
Yeah.
I mean, so what's happened since
She's not.
I was
She's
just thinking
not.
I shouldn't call them a cigarette because you think cigarettes are sexy, and I just led you down that path.
I don't think there's like, I said he
She's
was
so
soggy.
impressionable.
Yeah, she's like, you, sometimes we'll be like, oh, that guy's so ugly. We'll be like, I don't know, he has arms. I'm like, it's not just someone has arms.
Well, sometimes if their arms are really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
see?
Britney's standards fluctuate of what she
Yeah.
looks like in a man.
Look at Britney right here. Can I just say, if I hate to hate on Britney because
Yeah.
Britney raised us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like,
I know, I'm almost like, do you wanna? Don't.
I know, I don't want to. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm like making fun of like my mom. Like,
Yeah. I know like a lot
been
of
through
people
a lot.
follow her and watch her videos and are like, oh, I can't the way she looks. Like, you know, and use the C word, which I'm not gonna use because it's like, mental health is important. And we're all like trying to be woke about it, but then we're the first people to call someone crazy for having messy hair. And it's like, think about the things you say when you look at someone's Instagram, even if someone is like, there's no one around.
Did you see that Instagram story though? She goes, I will say, she's holding a selfie up and she goes, I'm not gonna say label it, she goes,
With her boyfriend?
hi y'all, she's by herself. So these paparazzi pictures came out and said that I look fat, but look at me, I'm as skinny as a needle. I think it's a conspiracy theory. It's fake news. It's a conspiracy that I'm working on. I'm skinny as a needle. Whoever uses skinny as a needle, I was a little bit concerned.
It's alarming.
Alarming. And especially because she's in her basement a lot, working out and doing twirls, fashion shows.
I'm as skinny as a crack pipe. Why is that weird? I'm skinny like a pipe of crack. I'm skinny like a heroin needle.
Well, yeah, and then her twirling out of her beachfront house, she's like twirl, 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 like onto the balcony, and you're like, I'm glad she's occupying the time.
Yes.
Because she needs to be doing something, but I'm concerned.
Well, she had a Las Vegas residency.
I'll say this, a lot of celebrities who become famous young get stuck at the age that they became famous.
Speaking of Michael
And I think
Jackson.
that's important to note with Britney when you're talking about the videos that she's doing. They are very adolescent and a little manic, but it's almost like what a 16 or 17-year-old would do.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's where I kind of give her a break. I'm like, she never got a chance to grow.
Can I say, speaking on that, do you remember the song she came out where she was like, a Miss American Dream?
Yeah.
Since I was 17, no matter
Okay,
since
when she released that, I was like, okay,
Piece of me.
like, I completely get you.
Yeah, totally.
I was like, this is like a private journal entry that I'm like, oh my God, Britney, like, you and me, like, we connect. I was like, we should give her a break, like.
Do you remember Lucky?
Lucky.
Yeah,
I cried for help.
This is a story about a girl named Lucky.
Lucky was like 10 years before this.
Yes.
This song was like her after the shaved head incident being like, hey guys, there's a lot of pressure on me. Everyone wants a piece of me, don't you see? And I was like, oh my God, I do see.
Well, my point is Lucky was trying to prevent all of that.
Yeah.
She was trying to tell us, guys, I'm really lonely. I cry, cry, cry every night.
That video was so good.
So
I was
We
like,
need to read the signs.
We need
Yeah.
to listen. We weren't listening,
But
we were dancing.
don't, guys. We only wait until it's too late. Only now, after Britney Spears, and it's too late, and she's still like, I'm thin as a needle, because we're still putting the pressure on her to be fucking skinny, apparently.
yeah.
Like, there's people that we talk about on the show currently that we're like, they're fucking stupid. I hope they end themselves. And we don't realize that they're in the midst of what she went through
Totally.
when she was singing Lucky.
Yeah, and I'm glad she's shopping at
I was
Target.
gonna say, which is why I'm
Why
happy
is
she has
she at
Target.
Target?
Why
Well,
not?
She loves a bargain.
Why not?
A lot of celebrities go to Target. You know,
Wait, do you love a bargain if you go 80 times?
In a
Then maybe
year.
go once and stop buying shit.
but I think she's like what Britney was saying. She likes to shop. What does she got? You know, she doesn't have. I don't think she's a lot of time in the. She's,
a lot of
What
times
is she doing
goes
in that
many
I'm gonna say
times a
I
year.
meant she needs to spill the time, so she has a lot of time. And yeah, I mean, her dad still controls her money. I think that's in disagreement right now. They're trying to.
I just want to say 80 times a year,
There's a lot.
That is not a lot.
that's about 7 times a month.
No, I mean, that's not, I mean,
6 or 7 times a month.
I don't think that's outrageous, honestly.
yeah. Sometimes I go to Dwayne Reed and I just go to Dwayne Reed to feel safe. Like, I don't even buy anything. I just go there because I'm like, I know what it's gonna be like. I'm gonna walk down the aisles. I'm gonna look at some chapsticks that I'm not gonna purchase, and I'm gonna be just like, like recharge.
You know what,
You're right.
Shannon?
She might need it.
I go to
That's-
CVS like maybe 3 days a week.
I love
And just
CVS.
because it's a nice routine, I feel good. I might just pick up like one thing of floss and be on my way.
No, but don't you feel that CVS, you go in needing one thing
come-
and then you leave with like, you're like, I
Yes.
need someone to take these bags to my car.
And
Yes.
that's Target.
Yes.
That is Target though.
That is Target,
Yeah.
Target.
Remember when,
Target, you go in there, you buy things you do not need, but you feel great.
remember when Beyonce was there? Like in the,
At Target?
Target, but
Yeah.
she was.
I don't
someone
remember
found a
that.
picture of her there.
I do.
That was awesome. I would
Oh,
not
there
even
she is.
imagine
Look at how
walking down
she's
the
dressed
aisle.
at
and seeing-
Target.
yep. I would immediately collapse into the
What is
shelf.
she getting at Target?
She's buying all of Target. She was like, I will buy at Target.
But why did I think that she was gonna go to Target like the rest of us in like yoga pants and a
No.
tank top? What is she wearing?
She's wearing a gold jumpsuit.
To Target.
No, she don't let the people see her. As a
Broken
human.
down.
It might
She
be
is a
nice
god.
to just go there when you're like a god and just be like, oh my God, this is what it was like when I was a civilian.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
all the regulars here, the pores.
Yeah, the plebeians.
Yeah.
She probably calls us plebeians.
Yeah. Or if she even sees us when she looks at us, I think we're just like invisible. She just looks.
Well, I don't know, but I hope that Target makes a deal with Britney.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope that she gets
Maybe
something out
that's
of
her
it.
next residency.
That'd be good.
At a Target.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Honestly.
I would love to see her,
Stallone,
like, the Target lady
collab with
commercials.
Postmates.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
good
Oh,
for
that would
her.
be good.
Yeah.
All right, let's put that out there. Maybe Britney Spears can get sponsored. Now it's time for today's guest. Danielle Robay is a journalist and influencer who has transformed her generation's relationship with popular media, creating a platform for young women across the nation. Today she's here to chat about her new interview series, Pretty Smart, where she will be interviewing trailblazers across all industries and generations. Everyone, please give a warm Build Brunch welcome to Danielle Robay.
Hey, welcome.
I think I almost had a Jennifer Lawrence moment on those stairs.
Oh, really?
It happens to the best of us.
I can imagine. This is such an awesome platform. Thanks for having me.
Thanks
Oh,
for
yeah,
joining
glad to hear.
us. You
Love
have
the
cool
show.
pants.
Thank you.
I love those
I
pants.
gotta keep up with you guys.
Oh man.
Oh, really?
Really? No, trust me, you're ahead of us.
Way ahead.
So you're launching a new interview series, Pretty Smart.
Yep.
Tell us about that. Tell us why it's called Pretty Smart.
I'll tell you all the things. So for as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be the millennial Barbara Walters. And a few years ago, I got a job that I thought was the dream job that was gonna help me get there. And it wasn't what I expected. I would like cry during lunch in the bathroom, and I broke out into hives. And I ended up quitting. And during that time, I was unemployed for 8 months, and I thought I was never gonna get another job. And I was like, what am I gonna do with myself? And I read books, and I learned how to cook, and I fell in love for the first time.
Oh my God.
And not anymore.
Okay.
That's okay too. Right, exactly.
They're at Target.
But I started asking myself questions. You know, you have a lot of time to reflect when you're unemployed. And I realized that I ask other, you guys are nodding. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, we got what you're saying.
This is ringing true.
Well, I realized, like you guys, I asked people questions for a living, and I never asked myself one question. And as soon as I did, my whole world changed. It opened up. And so this series is really going to be asking the trailblazing women the questions and the truths that we really want to know. Because I think as millennials and Gen Zers, there's so many great interview series out there, but nobody's asking the questions I'm curious about. And so that's what we're doing, and we have some amazing women lined up. I mean, professors, rocket scientists, actresses, comedians.
Give us some names.
Across,
Give us some names.
I can't give you any names yet.
Oh, I'm so excited now.
No,
Okay.
but it's going to be really great. And I love that you asked about the name because
Yes,
I
tell
have
me
this
about the
great
name.
thing. Okay, so I read a book called Beauty Sick, and it's by Dr. Renee Engeln, and this statistic that she notes in her book stayed with me. She asked women, would you rather be considered overweight or hit by a car?
Wow.
And 54% of women said, I'd rather be hit by a car. And then they would ask questions like, well, is it like a truck or a Prius? Or like, how fast is the car going?
Wow.
Sweet Jesus.
And, right? But if I'm honest, there was a point in my life where I would have asked those questions. And so I just feel like it's such a trick that society tells women that the #1 most important thing they must be is pretty. Because when you stop thinking about your looks, like it could be one of the 10 things you think about, but not the thing you think about. Because when you stop doing that, you get smarter, more talented, well-read, you have more time to be a good friend, like everything becomes better. And so this series is gonna really focus and spotlight women who are the kind of pretty that matters. Pretty bold, pretty witty, pretty strong, pretty smart.
Wow.
I love that so much.
I love that too.
Thank you.
So it's not just a hot girl summer, it's a smart girl summer.
You know, I was thinking that should be our hashtag.
I mean,
should
I
be.
think so. That makes sense.
I think so too, except for it's not just the summer because I really want this to be a movement that sustains. We're gonna have events and it's gonna be like a full-blown thing.
I love that.
Love it.
So you mentioned there's going to be some how-tos for listeners. From the research you've done so far and the women you've talked to, what do you think is the best piece of advice for those young women who just want to be pretty smart and trailblazers on their own?
Oh, I love that question. There's so many things, and I'm a really solution-based person, so the series and the events are really gonna have practical advice. I feel like Lean In was such a seminal text, but it didn't really give us like that, how do you ask for a raise?
Right.
You know,
Which is
like
why
I
it's a
love that,
joke
I know
now.
I should, but how do I do it?
Yeah.
So that's really gonna be a part of it, but I think the #1 thing is authenticity because it's so hard to actually truly do it. And I think we see in media, influencers are such a big part of our lives. It's like, what are we influencing? And in Latin, the root of the word influencer is influere. It means to flow. And I think when your purpose and your personality are aligned is when you're truly in a state of flow. And all the women I'm interviewing have that. Their personality and their purpose align, and it's true authenticity.
Yeah.
And it takes time. It takes, you know, some bumps and bruises, and definitely some good and bad experiences to get there. But I think, you know, we want to be the future trailblazers. They are our blueprints. We learn from their stories.
Yeah, and it takes action, which you have exemplified in your own life. I read that you moved to LA, didn't know anybody, you lived in a garage, you would send people food and just to like get their attention.
How did you know that?
Really good producers.
Yeah.
Your own journey wasn't easy, so what did you learn from that?
I think any journey that's worthwhile is never easy.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I've learned doing these interviews. I've learned that you got to stick it out because the tough stuff sometimes does make you want to quit.
Yeah.
And I know, like, you guys are hosts, and I'm sure you do a million other things on the side, and there's moments where you're like, am I even on the right path? Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And I think if you know your why, you figure out the how and the what. And so I've always really stayed true to that, is every time I've been uncomfortable or questioning things, I think about my why, and it keeps me on track.
You are on track. You're a correspondent at NBC LA, and you host a show for IMDb.
Yeah.
So what does a day in the life look like for you?
It's a fire drill. It's different every single day, which is part of what I love. But I try and get up early and work out. I'm training for a triathlon.
Good for you.
Oh my God.
Scary. It's one of the scariest
Show.
things I've ever done. No. But and then I go into the studio and shoot stuff, and then I get out into the field and explore parts of LA, and I do something called Living Through Giving, so I try and highlight people in Los Angeles doing amazing things in their community, because it's not just Hollywood.
Right.
Do you need an intern? Because I will gladly be.
Oh,
your
you are
intern.
way too qualified. I could be
Am I?
working for you, please.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, he should work for you.
I should work for you. Yeah, thank you.
I know him personally. I mean, he's really taunted, but you're more talented.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
No, for sure.
It's all a journey, so thank you. You're very sweet.
Yeah, he's on his way. Larry King commented on your interview style, and he said, Danielle finds a way to draw people out. She can't help it, and you can't help but be obliged. So what do you
Larry
think?
King's single now. I don't want to.
Oh, is he?
No, he's
No,
There
he's
or
not.
I think he's on his 8th wife.
Yeah,
but,
he's definitely married.
but they're very in love. They're very in love. Yeah.
Well, we're not going to ship you. You're not number 9. We think no. How did it feel for him to say, yeah, I didn't think there was a romantic connection. I didn't read into that. I'm so sorry.
That's so funny.
But yeah, how did that feel? And what do you think developed that style that's very unique to you?
Well, I was so honored that he said that, because I've watched him for years.
Yeah.
I really believe that no matter what field you're in, you have to study the people that are doing it best. And so I've watched like hundreds of hours of Barbara Walters and Diane Sawyer and Larry King. And so he was one of the people I grew up watching. And so when we got to have breakfast and he said that, it could make me tear up, you know? But the interview style, I think, just like you guys, you have like, it's just your personality, right? But I think we're all innately curious as journalists, and that's definitely something that rings true. Like, I want to know everything.
Yeah.
Like, tell me all the details, all the feels, I want it all, you know?
So this past weekend, you were a correspondent on the 15 Choice Awards, right?
Yeah.
How was that? How was the award show?
I didn't get to see the Jonas Brothers, but
Missed
I did see
opportunity.
Taylor Swift. It's so fun. I love being live. Like, you guys
Yeah.
are so lucky you get to do this every day, you know?
Sure.
Live
Yeah.
half the time.
You've never
So
stepped
many
in it.
mistakes.
Yeah.
So many.
It's like I
best
go to
part.
bed at night and I'm like, what happened? Am I canceled again?
No, sometimes when you're live, you like black out.
Oh,
Oh.
every
Like, it
day.
never
Happened when I
Yeah.
rant about Trump, I go red and don't remember a thing I said. It's like, wow, you really were passionate.
For
What?
a few reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love award shows. You know, as much as I love, like, I'm interested in politics and I care about our world, but I like a little entertainment
Right.
every now and then, so it was
Well,
cool.
what fascinates about you and something I really love and strive to do is that blend of politics and pop culture. Especially right now, I think people our age are so interested in it, and it's how we're communicating, and just not only
Yeah.
because our president's a reality TV star, just but celebrities. He is.
Still blows my mind.
Still blows my mind that
Say
he defeated the
Yeah.
former Secretary of State. But whatever.
Yeah.
Putting that in quotes. But you you give back to organizations like Step Up for Women's Network, Planned Parenthood. You hosted
Yeah.
an event for equal pay. Tell us about your journey with these organizations and why it's so important for people like you, like us, to use our platforms to advocate for issues we care about.
Well, first of all, I think people really kind of don't give millennials and Gen Zers enough credit. I think we're really interested in the world, and we're very purpose-driven. And so all the people that I've looked up to, I have a mentor at NBC named Steve Carlston and someone named Michelle Weiner, and they changed my life. And when I look at them, they use their platform to serve others, and they're trying to make an impact, and that has always been my why. You know, I want to create a space for women to be spoken about and spoken to differently, and be able to also speak you know, like just like you guys, like The View did that, you know, I think for a generation of women. So I think you have to have a mission.
Yeah.
And that's what gets you through the hard stuff.
Right.
Right.
You know, when you're like, oh, I'm really tired, I don't want to wake up, or what am I doing? The why.
Are you seeing a difference in the way women are covered as well as women journalists are able to cover stories? Do you think we are progressing in a way?
I think we are. We're not there.
Right.
I think news, I don't know the exact statistic, but I think newsrooms are still very male dominant. The people making the decisions
I
are
was gonna say
men.
the producers, the EPs, and things like that are usually.
Yeah, and even in writers.
Yeah.
You know, I think in writing it's really important because the more voices that you have, the more information and the different perspectives that you're getting. So I don't think we're quite there. I also think, you know, part of Pretty Smart is like, men, in some scenarios, it stops mattering what you look like, and for women, it always matters.
Always.
Like, we're still always talking about everyone's hair and what they're wearing, and I don't think we're quite there.
Yeah, we have a bit of a way to go. But Danielle, it
Yeah.
was so wonderful having you on.
Yay.
Thank
You're so
you.
impressive. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Everyone, make sure to check out Danielle's upcoming interview series, Pretty Smart, and to follow Danielle on social media for more information. That's all from us. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same table.
Bye.